The papers have already decided a new Prime Minister, and apparently it's going to be the death of the British landlord. Land taxes, rent controls, a war on everyone who owns a rental property. That's the headline. So let me say sorry now, because I put a version of it on the front of this video too, and I did it on purpose to make a point. Because when you actually look at the facts calmly, the truth is almost the opposite of what you're being told. And by the end of this video, I think a lot of you are going to feel genuinely reassured. I'm Kayley, the Yorkshire Property Sourcer. We help busy professionals build hands-off property portfolios in the north of England. And my whole job is to cut through the noise so you can make calm decisions with your money. So let me be really clear about where I'm coming from before anyone accuses me of anything. I don't care about red or blue. I'm not backing a party. I'm not attacking one. I care about two things: what's good for the country and what's good for you. The person who owns or is buying a property, that's it. The media make money from fear. Doom sells the death of the landlord, gets the click. It's probably going to be fine. So today, no spin, no politics, no scare tactics, just what's actually true and what it means for you. So why is everyone so frightened? Here's the tell, and once you see it, you can't unsee it. Almost every scary thing being written about the new Prime Minister right now is based on something he said years ago. We're talking 2015, 2016, 2023, old soundbites dug up, dusted off and turned into today's headline. And here's the thing about politicians, all of them, if you go back 10 years and pull out everything they've ever said, you can make them sound like absolutely anything you want. People change their mind, circumstances change. When someone's floated as any idea years ago, tells you very little about what they'll actually legislate, because there's a world of difference between what a politician once said, what they believe, and what they can actually get through their own party and through Parliament. Most of what gets talked about never becomes law. And right now, there isn't a single confirmed housing policy, not one. No new tax, no budget, not even a manifesto. The people writing the end of the landlord are reacting to things that don't exist yet. So that's the noise. Now let's look at something far more useful. Not what's actually said, what he's actually done. Because this is the part the papers completely skip, and it's the most reassuring part of the whole story. We have had years of evidence of how this man treats landlords, because he's been running a huge reign for years. And when you look at what he's actually done, a very clear pattern appears. He rewards good landlords and he goes after the bad ones. Look at the two sides of it. On one hand, he bought in a charter for good landlords and grants of up to £30,000 to help landlords make their properties more energy efficient. That's the carrot. Real money to help decent landlords improve their homes. On the other hand, penalties on landlords went up by around 43%. But read that carefully. Those fines land on landlords who are letting out substandard, unsafe homes, the ones cutting corners. That's the stick, and honestly, it should be there. So think about what that actually means for you. If you're the kind of investor we work with, you provide a good, safe, well-managed home for your tenant. You are exactly this landlord's approach rewards. The only people who need to be nervous are the ones running cold, damp, dangerous properties, and I don't think any of us are going to shed a tear for them. Here's something else the headlines missed. He's a landlord himself. He owns rental property, so unlike a lot of politicians, he actually understands this world from the inside. He knows how it works. And he has told landlords directly that he does not want them to leave the market. He knows the country needs us. You cannot house a growing population without private landlords, and he understands that. This is not a man trying to destroy landlords. That's a man trying to raise the standard of them. And if you're already a good one, that's a tailwind, not a threat. Right, let's talk tax, because this is where most of the fear lives. I'll be straight with you on each one. First, stamp duty, he's talked about scrapping it and replacing it with a land tax. Now, before you panic, look at what stamp duty's actually become. The average stamp bill in England has risen by almost 200% in the last decade. while house prices rose around 40%, it has quietly become a huge tax on simply moving house. It gums up the whole market. People can't move for work, can't downsize, can't transact. So a system that taxed that less and encourage land to actually be built on and used could genuinely be better for the market, not worse. I'm not telling you it definitely will be, I'm telling you different. It's not the same as disaster. Second, council tax. He's called the current system broken, and honestly, he's right. It's still based on property values from 1991. 1991 is so out of date that a modest family home in the north can pay more council tax than a multi-million-pound mansion in the central of London. Fixing this is not an attack on landlords. If anything, replacing it fairer could help the very northern areas we invest in. Third, capital gains tax. Years ago, he suggested aligning it more with income tax. That one's worth watching, but here's the key point for you, and the papers never mention it. If you invest through a limited company, the way most serious investors now structure their portfolios, this barely touches you. The people most exposed are the old-style landlords holding property in their personal name. It's one of the reasons the smart money moved to limited companies years ago. And one myth I want to kill completely, the wealth tax. He's actually constantly refused to commit to a wealth tax, even when he had nothing to lose by backing one. The headlines put those words in his mouth. He didn't say them, so please don't lose a minute of sleep over that one. Quick note, I'm not an accountant and none of this is personal tax advice. Always get your own advice for your own situation, but that's the honest lay on the land. Now I promise you honestly, so here's the one thing I would genuinely keep an eye on, rent controls. This is the big one. Back in 2015 and again in 2023, he argued to the power of controls or freeze rents. And I'll be completely straight with you. If that ever came in, it would be damaging, not just for landlords. Rent controls have been tried again and again all over the world, and they nearly always backfire. Look at Scotland recently. Cap rents and landlords leave. Fewer rental homes, less choice, and ironically, rents end up rising faster for the tenants it was supposed to help. It's one of those policies that sound kind and does the opposite. It's bad for the economy, bad for tenants, and bad for everyone. So yes, that's the one to watch. But here's the context that matters. That was years ago. He was writing to a housing secretary who left government a long time ago. He's not pushing it today. He hasn't raised it publicly in the current climate at all. And a man who understands economics as well as he clearly does knows exactly how badly it has failed everywhere it has been tried. So watch it. Don't panic about it. There's a big difference. And now the part that for us might be the most exciting of all. This is the most pro-North figure to get near the top job in a generation. He spent years championing his reign, fighting for investment and being a genuine cheerleader for the north of England. And the results speak for themselves. His city has been transformed over the last decade. He wasn't the only reason, but he was a real catalyst for it. Now imagine the same energy, the same determination to move money and opportunity northwards, applied to the whole country. For those of us investing in Yorkshire, in exactly those kind of towns that benefit from wealth flows north, that is a tailwind, that is good news. So what should you actually do about all of this? Here's my honest answer, almost nothing. You don't make big decisions based on headlines about policies that don't exist. You do what sensible investors have always done. Buy in strong areas with real jobs and real tenant demand. Make the numbers work, stress tested, so they survive whatever comes. Provide good homes and hold for a long term. A well-bought, well-run property has survived far worse than a change of Prime Minister, and it always will. So let's bring it home. Worst case, one policy worth watching, rent controls, which he isn't even pushing right now, and which the evidence says he's too smart to touch. Best case, a fairer tax system, a government that rewards good landlords, and a Prime Minister determined to pour investment into exactly the part of country we believe in. This is very different story from the death of the landlord. The paper sold you the fear. I hope this gives you the facts. By the way, if you'd like to see how we actually help investors build calm, hands-off portfolios in the north through all the noise and all the governments, I've put together a free investor pack, and the link is in the description below. This is Kayley, the Yorkshire Property Sourcer, helping you invest in property the right way. I'll see you in the next video.